begins in the valley, I think. The Timberline experience. It begins in the valley. It begins in Portland and Gresham and Sandy and other surrounding areas that hold the mountain in their view. It begins from afar as you gaze on Mount Hood. Tall, majestic, a classic shape for a mountain. Down in the valley, the mountain grabs you. Only the unimaginative escape its grasp. The great bulk of the snow-capped mountain rises out of the landscape to a towering height of 11,245 feet above sea level, Oregon's tallest. She stands on the horizon as an icon. It's as if she's a great mooring in the distance onto which we tether our sense of adventure, our love of the natural world, perhaps even a part of ourselves. It reminds us of what it means to live in this part of the world. It's as if the people who live in view of the mountain have an unspoken bond, a shared experience, defined by a mutual admiration for her. And then, naturally, she draws you closer. Richard Constam was drawn closer, and he recognized its powerful pull. A lodestone is what he calls her. Magnetic iron ore, which, metaphysically speaking, is a rock that has the power to draw us closer as if some big spiritual magnet. And she's a hospitable mountain, accessible too. We include her in our lives. We come and go, climb and descend, up and down, back and forth. It's part of the rhythm of our lives. From the west, we travel through a mixed hardwood and coniferous forest where fast-flowing, boulder-strewn rivers run through. Rows of alders line the rivers, and along the roads, moss-covered big-leaf maples grow next to ancient red cedars and stately Douglas firs. You gain elevation, and the big trees give way to smaller ones. Larch, noble fir, and mountain hemlock populate the subalpine forest, where in the winter we find snowy glades, and in the summer, lush meadows bedewed with lilies and asters, buttercup and Indian paintbrush, and a dozen other blossoms that look so beautiful it's as if a gardener has been tending them. And then at roughly the 6,000-foot level, we approach the Timberline. It's a raw, wild place, the high country. A place of overt beauty, characterized by contorted-looking, windswept white-bark pines, which eventually give way completely to a true alpine environment of glaciers and snowfields, craggy basalt escarpments. It can be a forbidding land. But here we also encounter Timberline Lodge and are given shelter from the storm, creature comforts, and we enjoy a sort of rustic elegance. The magnificent Timberline Lodge. Great architecture, hospitality, a strong sense of place. And it's a place for all of us, built by the people, for the people. It's not some exclusive resort. No, it's more special than that. More important. And inside, the experience continues. Here you're surrounded by texture, hand-hewn wood, sculpted iron, skillfully placed structural rock, and colorful textiles. You become part of a place of old-world, handcrafted quality. You feel that. It's part of the spirit of Timberline. It's all around you. Stick around long enough and it becomes woven into your life. An experience lived over and over, even passed from one generation to the next. You realize it's something to be valued, cared for, appreciated. 50 years ago, this place was closed. Just 17 years old, but already in disrepair, suffering from short and shameful management, a lack of vision. Or perhaps her time just hadn't yet come. But Richard Constam knew it would. Yes, people, it's one of those vision things. You know, build it and they will come and all that. It's a matter of perspective, I'd say, taking the long view. Constam saw what she could be, and what she should be, and what she would come to mean to people. An inspiration, a unique, authentic place in an increasingly homogenized world. and a testament to the spirit and perseverance of those who had built her during the throes of the Great Depression. In May of 1955, the application for management was approved for Richard Constam to take over Timberline, and R.L.K. and Company was born. He wasn't afraid to pursue his vision, wasn't afraid of a little self-promotion either, and people responded. Oh, there were struggles, of course, still are. The formative years saw lots of sweat equity, but he got a lot of help along the way. People pulled together, shared the dream, the vision. The Forest Service, the Friends of Timberline, they helped the most, made it their dreams too. And then people visited, from the King of Norway to the Queen of Rosario, they came. From Olympic champions to children with Olympic-sized dreams, congressmen, senators, and first ladies, but mostly common people. And a whole lot of loyal employees. Yeah, it's their lodge too. It's a vision thing, something bigger than any one individual. It's about collaboration, teamwork, and community. That's what's great about it. In 1992, R.L. handed over management to his son Jeff, and the vision continues into the future, again passed from one generation to the next. And people will continue to come and will continue to help. Yes, the Timberline experience continues. And now at the 50th anniversary of R.L.K. and Company, the vision has evolved into accomplishment and even legacy. It's a time to celebrate not just the dream, but the realization of the dream, the vision, the experience. Yeah, it begins in the valley, I think, but it culminates up on the mountain. And so we continue to climb and descend, up and down like a bubble in a glass of beer. And we continue to come and go, back and forth like a dance. The little dance we all do in life, moving back and forth between the things we hold dear.